The grandeur of the Great Smoky Mountains looms in the distance. In the valley below, Knoxville, the third largest city in Tennessee. Knoxville is home to the headquarters of the Tennessee Valley Authority, which provides electricity to 8 million customers in 7 states. More than 25,000 students attend classes here at the University of Tennessee. And Neyland Stadium is packed with 100,000 cheering fans on a football Saturday in the fall. Just northwest of Knoxville is Oak Ridge, the secret city established in 1942, where scientists developed the materials for the Manhattan Project, the atomic bomb. Government facilities there are still a hub of scientific development. About 5 miles north of downtown Knoxville, still in the shadow of the Great Smoky Mountains, businesses and shops line busy Broadway Street. It's an area, a community, called Fountain City. The community is centered around the historic Fountain City Lake, which most local residents call, for obvious reasons, the Duck Pond. It was built in 1890 when developers hired an engineer to transform a low, marshy area into a romantic, heart-shaped lake. Just across Hotel Avenue to the north is the Fountain City Park, which as early as the 1830s was used for religious camp meetings. The street that led to Fountainhead Hotel, built in 1886, is still well marked. 100 years ago, the hotel was a popular destination for vacationing Knoxvillians who could enjoy the view of the lake and the park from the veranda. The hotel is no longer there, but the park is. And every day there are people on the walking trails and children enjoying the playgrounds. Although Fountain City seems to be separate from Knoxville, it is not. It is officially a part of the city, but it wasn't always. In the early 1960s, the core city of Knoxville was in trouble. The population was declining while the suburbs were growing, and the fastest growing suburban area of all was Fountain City, said to be the largest unincorporated community in the nation. In 1961, the Metropolitan Planning Commission did a study and recommended to City Council that it undertake a plan to expand the city's borders. City Council held public hearings, often heated, to get input on the proposed annexations. Then in 1962, Knoxville enacted a massive annexation of several fringe areas, including the 21,300 residents of Fountain City. It was official at midnight, February 11th, and the next day there was a funeral for Fountain City, complete with a band, a hearse, a coffin, and pallbearers. William Searle was there.
I believe it was somewhere near where Dutch Valley Road runs into Old Broadway. There was a little plot of ground there. They had a funeral. They had a big stage set up with all the Knoxville City Council, the mayor, and all the high officials were there.
And a sword of surrender was presented to Knoxville Mayor John Duncan by Fountain City Attorney Ross Stewart.
I present you this sword. It is yours to keep as a perpetual memorial of this occasion, and may the memory hereof be forever pleasant for all concerned.
Duncan graciously accepted the surrender and the boos and shouts from hecklers.
I'm certainly glad to be here today, and I'm most sincere when I say that we thank all of you for inviting us to participate in this ceremony, a ceremony or an affair that's been arranged by good citizens on what we say both sides of the old border.
Now, nearly 5 decades later, some still aren't sure it was a good idea.
It was supposed to be a fun ceremony, and really I guess it would have been, but it just, to me, I lived in Fountain City for years and years and years, and I just kind of hated to see Fountain City as an entity die.
Officially, Fountain City is dead and buried, but the spirit of the community is very much alive and well. Reminders of the past are still here, the lake, the park, Hotel Avenue. But Fountain City has changed dramatically over the years. Broadway traffic is busy almost all the time. Modern shops and businesses are thriving. A lot of connoisseurs believe Litton's restaurant has the best hamburgers in Knoxville. Litton's is a popular destination for diners from all over the city. It's closed on Sunday. A filling station next door still provides full service at the pumps, and the 85-year-old owner has a sense of humor. And just across the street from the popular Fountain City Park is Central Baptist Church of Fountain City, founded in 1914. The block-long campus extends from the rear of the church on Broadway up to Linwood Street and the steeple pointing to the heavens. Central Baptist is truly at the physical center of the community and in many ways and at many times the activity center of Fountain City.
Did you get a lot of candy? Very good.
There's the Fall Fest at Halloween, which annually attracts nearly 1,000 children and their parents for fun, food, and games.
Fountain City, and actually all of Knoxville, really got a good boost in the arm this morning.
Church members participate semi-annually in Operation Inasmuch, when local churches band together to reach out to people and places in need throughout the entire community.
Let's do it.
They also support the Fountain City Ministry Center, providing for those in need. And Central Baptist was one of the founding churches of Mission of Hope, which ministers to tens of thousands of poverty-stricken children and their families in the mountains of Appalachia. Although the majority of church attendees are from Fountain City, others come from all parts of the city and county as well. At the summit of Black Oak Ridge, north of Fountain City, Broadway becomes Maynardville Highway, which leads out of the city limits into the county and the community of Hall's Crossroads. This is another thriving community which is home to many who attend Central Baptist. The community served by Central Baptist is one of churches, of schools, and a lot of tree-lined streets. Some say it's the prettiest, most peaceful part of Knoxville. About 50,000 people live within a 3-mile radius of Central Baptist, 120,000 within a 5-mile radius. 91% are Caucasian, 6% African American, and a growing Hispanic population of about 2%. 87% of the families have incomes above the poverty level. Fountain City has officially been a part of Knoxville for almost a half-century, but still there is a separateness, a feeling that it remains a unique community unto itself.
Fountain City is an awesome community to live in. It's great to raise kids in. You know, it's just a great place to grow up.
Tight-knit community.
It really is. I grew up just right over the hill here, and I lived here all my life, 27-year-old, and I wouldn't leave if somebody paid me, I wouldn't leave.
I think everybody still waves at everybody. Yeah. Everybody's still so nice. It's still, you can definitely tell it's in Tennessee. Anywhere else you go, you just don't find that. It's just so friendly around here, and this is where I want to raise my little girl, so that's where I choose to stay.
Central Baptist of Fountain City, in the center of a comfortable community in a valley shadowed by the Great Smoky Mountains, where one is inspired to pray, I lift up my eyes to the hills. From whence does my help come? My help comes from the Lord, who made heavens and earth and Fountain City.